Manitowoc actually hosted Manitowoc Sheriff's Department. Big shout out to Dan Hartwig. I love Dan and his department.
Nice.
I know many people would be like, what? No, but Dan, really good guy, good sheriff. Vote for Dan. I don't think he's up for election yet, but
Now we're going to do a commercial for Dan.
Vote for
Hold
Dan.
on.
Vote for Dan.
no, but very understanding in his department. Brandon, you actually went, like when we went and did the demo there, it was cool. We give demonstrations to law enforcement agencies on what our products are. But Sheriff Hartwig had an opportunity to host canine training for canines that are being trained to differentiate the scents, because of course canines can smell way better than us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we all know that. They are training canines to be able to smell the difference between hemp and like illegal marijuana, because the inner side of those aromas, and even like Delta 9 in itself, has different aromas to a canine. And they just had a big canine training program in Manitowoc.
How is A going to smell different than Delta 9?
I don't know. I feel like we have to get them some more different products to sample with these canines.
It has to be like terpenes based, all terpene based. I heard beta caryophyllene is like the heaviest, is the most pungent one that they smell. It's what I
and then stuff like what Nikki's saying with THCA, because it won't have the Delta 9 in it because it hasn't been decarbed. So at that point.
Well, Ethan, I sent you that study recently too, that now it's more than just the terpenes that affect it. It's the actual aromas and the stuff like that. That's a new thing that affects our health, and the way that the plant affects us differently too is a whole nother segment they're studying on too. So,
well, and I feel bad because if you think of the laws and the progression, right? Like us as constituents and businesses in the industry, even we're behind on what's happened politically, right? Law enforcement is always further behind because they don't include law enforcement in a lot of this regulation change.
Oh my gosh, they don't even know what to do.
Right, and that jeopardizes. I feel for law enforcement in that. I know I get it, like we're a dispensary, right? But feeling for law enforcement because it jeopardizes, and I feel even more for our customers, and I feel for people who utilize marijuana or products of any nature of cannabis at any extent, because it puts them in a liable situation because law enforcement doesn't get the updated laws and legislation changes, and neither do the people. And isn't this, like, I hate to say it, some people use that comment, oh, we pay for law enforcement. Well, we also pay for these politicians. It's their job to be protecting and informing the people.
And have a standard, which brings us back to the labeling thing.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, just have that in place. But now we got to try to build it for
just
them.
Standards all the way around. And I won't generalize and say all, but many politicians say we are all for the people. They start out, we the people. But if they're really for the people and you look at what they voted on, get bored, go down that rabbit hole, go to your state senator, as we talked before, and look at the bills that they're involved with, look at what they voted on, and you tell me if they're really for the people. So it's crazy.
Yeah,